Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today we're going to sew our female senator top. We caught another video, so we're going to sew it today. This is the front piece. As you can see, the front where I made a V there, I've already added my interfacing. That's a soft gum. I've already added it there. So we are now going to go ahead and cut the yoke that we're going to turn it. We're going to use this and turn the V I did there to turn it inwards. So I'm going to press it and cut it. Just watch how I'll do it. So if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, so that whenever I drop my videos, you will be the first to be notified. Alright, so I'm not going to be talking much. Let's just follow and watch how this is done. Okay, it's quite simple. So I'm going to trim it, just trim it to be a bit roundish. So we'll keep it at the front and sew and turn it inwards so that will be looking like this. Alright, or first of all, sew it, keep it on the good side and then stitch it before turning to the back. Alright, so let's go to the machine and stitch this area here. As you can see, I'm going to stitch it using just a 1/4 inch allowance, not up to half inch. Just watch closely how I'm going to stitch it. Just watch carefully. So after stitching it, the next thing we're going to do is to notch it. We're going to notch it. This notching we are doing, it actually makes it easier for you to turn it to the back without having any rumples. As you can see, if I didn't notch it, it won't lie this flat. Alright, so it's simple. That's simple. So you can see how clean it's looking. The next thing for us to do is to attach the back piece. And our yoke together. You can see the way I've placed it. So I will stitch this and just watch carefully how I am placing it. Watch carefully, don't be confused. You see, so I'm going to stitch both ends of the shoulders. So at this point, you need to be careful such that both 3 edges are aligned. You are sewing 3 things here: the back, the front, and the yoke together. So watch how I'm placing it. Be careful that all the 3 edges of the fabrics are aligned properly. It's that simple. Alright, I'm still going to do the same thing to the second side of the shoulder. So you can see how simple it's looking. Very simple. The next thing is to turn the yoke to the back and then top stitch it. Alright, and while doing this, you have to be careful that your yoke is very flat. Alright, it's very flat. It's aligned to the back piece, so that when you are done, it won't rumple or disfigure the back piece. So you need to be very careful. Watch how I'm aligning and stitching it. You can see that. Simple as that. We'll trim off the excess allowance on the yoke. On both sides. Like I said before, if this video is making sense, I will appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, so that whenever I drop my videos, you'll be notified. And if you can like the video, I would really appreciate just a like. Will do me a lot. A like would do a lot for me. Next is for us to pipe the neck of this top. But before we do that, let us cut the sleeves and attach the sleeves before we come to the neck. Alright, so we can measure our sleeve. You see our sleeve armhole here is 10.5. So you need to measure your armhole before cutting the sleeve, because when you're cutting your sleeve, it has to carry the shape the same size with the armhole. The arm part of the sleeve should be the same size with the armhole. That's why I measured that armhole there, and we measured and got 10.5. So we're going to fold our fabric such that when we cut our sleeve at the arm area, we'll still be having 10.5, such that when we stitch it, it will align properly. So just watch closely how I'm going to do it. I've folded our fabric into two. Now we are going to take I measure the wideness. You see I'm having 9.5. The armhole there is 10.5, so a difference of 1 inch should be okay. So I folded my fabric by 9.5. That will give me 10.5 by the time I curve my arm. Hope it's clear. My arm on the top, I measured is 10.5. So I'm folding this fabric to cut my sleeve. I fold it with a wideness of 9.5, a difference of ½ inch allowance. So now we're going to take the length of the sleeve, and our sleeve length is 8 with a hemming allowance of 2 inches. That becomes 10. And the sleeve round as well. The sleeve round is 15. So we are cutting 15, that's 7.5. We are using 8.5 plus seam allowance. So we're going to mark the depth of our sleeve cap, that is 5. I've done a video on how to cut the sleeve of a shirt, alright? So please, if you are lost on how to cut this sleeve, just so as not to make the video too long, just check my videos and see the video I drop on how to cut the sleeve. I've did it for both male and female, right? So please check that video out, so that we don't spend too much time explaining a lot of things on this sleeve. So that's the length of the sleeve, 8 plus hemming allowance of 2 inches. That is 2 inches there for hemming allowance. So still 32 inches that side. That is that. So I'm going to flay it a little. I've also explained why you flay this in the video on how to cut a sleeve. Please watch it, alright? It's in my videos how to cut a sleeve, both male and female sleeve. You see what I have there. I've gotten my 10.5. So I'm going to fold into 2 and cut the second arm as well, the second sleeve as well, sorry. So you can see we've gotten our 2 sleeves. There's the bad side I marked there. So next thing for us to use our iron and fold it by that 8 as our sleeve length. Hem it rather. Look at our sleeve length there. So we'll hem it properly so that when we get to the machine we don't waste time, but we simply stitch it. So we'll do this on both of the sleeves so that when we get to the machine we don't spend so much time. Alright, always remember to apply water when you are pressing because that makes it faster. So we'll do the same on the second sleeve. So the first thing to do is to hem the sleeve. Alright, so this is the hemming of the sleeve before attaching it to the top. Alright, so we'll hem both of the sleeves. Okay, so you see that pressing it actually makes it much more easier for us to hem it without wasting time and still get an accurate result. So next thing for us to do now is to go ahead and attach our sleeve to our top. So you can see where there's a notch on the sleeve, I'm keeping it to match where there's also a notch on the shoulder of the top. So I'm going to fast forward so that we don't waste much time on this. So I'm going to stitch the two sleeves. Just watch carefully. I'm stitching with a ½ inch allowance, yeah, just for the records. So the next thing for us to do at this point is to join our top, and we are joining with the bust measurement of 40. Alright, we're using 40 for the chest measurement, and our sleeve we're using a measurement of 15 for the sleeve. Divide by 2, that's 7.5. So that's 7.5 right there. And so by the seam allowance I gave, we're just going to match the body, stitch the body by an allowance of 3/4 inch. Alright, so I'll do this on both sides. Just watch closely. The allowance I left there is 3/4 inch allowance based on the measurement of this top. So check to see my 7.5 and also maintain my 3/4 inch allowance from the arm point there down to the end. So you see we are done joining the sides of the top. The next thing is for us to hem the edges of this top. So carefully watch I'm hemming it. It's quite simple. Please, if you like this video, if it's helping, if it's important, if it's helping, if it's making sense, please give me a thumb up, like the video. I would really appreciate if you can just like the video. If you drop a comment, you must have made my day. So we'll come to the table and easily stitch, or rather hem our top. Since we have carefully pressed it with an iron, we can easily now hem our top. Alright, still watch, I'm going to be still fast with this. So we can see we are done stitching our hemming our top. I think the basic thing left on this dress now is to work on the neck. You can see how this is very simple. The remaining thing now is for us to work on our neck. And I've also dropped a lot of videos on how to cut and stitch the neck of a senator top. Alright, so in case this one is not that clear to you, you can check my videos and you see the videos there. So I've cut this fabric to be length, to be wideness of 2 inches. I'm going to put it around that neck. I've cut it to be wideness of 2 inches and then I hemmed it half an inch. But first you need to check to know the length, the wideness of your neck. This neck in total is 16 inches. You can see that 7, that is 16 inches. So I've cut this. The neck piping I've cut, look at it, I've already folded it by half an inch. You can see that. Then the remaining wideness now is 1.5. So I had cut it to be 2 inches wide with a length that is more than the 16. As you can see, there is about 20 something there, more than 16, so that when I stitch it I'll have excess instead of so that I won't have shortage. All right, so watch, I'm going to keep it, watch carefully. See, I'm going to fold it to the back like about half an inch of the fabric. Then I'll stitch with an allowance of half inch round the neck. I'm saying because you might not see clearly when I'm stitching, so I'm going to stitch on an allowance of half inch round the neck. Please just pay attention. I didn't fold it so that you can look very well, watch very well. I'm stitching with an allowance of half an inch round the neck. I'm sorry if you are not able to see what I'm stitching very well, but that's just it. We folded it to the back by half an inch and we are stitching with an allowance of half an inch. So as you can see, I'm stitching with an allowance of half an inch. Please guys, if you can like this video, just hit the like button. I would really appreciate. Just like the video so that YouTube can recommend the video to more people to watch. Just like the video, just hit the like button. Thank you. So when I get to the end here, I'm going to trim off the excess fabric remaining for this neck piping, but of course I'm going to trim giving an allowance of half inch. All right, so that I'll still fold it inside. Watch, I've still folded it. You can see I've still folded it inside. Look at it very well. Still folded it inside. You can see, so I'll march over it. That's it. So the next thing for us to do is now to turn this to the back, to turn this allowance here to the back. Just watch carefully. See it, you can see how it's looking. You can see. So I'll now turn it to the back. See, I'll turn it to the back, fold it properly, and then turn it to go under to the back. Then I'll still give it a top stitch. Right, just a single stitch. You can look at it carefully. See, I want you to see it carefully. So I'll fold to the back, then I'll top stitch. I'm top stitching close to the seam line that I had made before. All right. Folding it to go behind very well. The fabric, I'm folding it to go behind very well. The neck allowance, folding it to go behind very well. That's what I'm doing. So as you can see, we've completely stitched the neck. It's quite simple. Cut off the excess threads. So the next thing for us to do is to go press this fabric and see what we've got here. All right. Sorry, press the dress. We are done with it. Let's go press it. Apply water before pressing, and let's see what we have here. So guys, you can see how simple this is. Very simple. Very simple. To make a center top for a lady, very simple. You can do any style you want. It's quite simple, okay? So guys, you can see how clean this is looking. Very clean. You can see this. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you.